Okay, so I'm going to start it now. Hi, and thanks for joining this session. We're going to begin very shortly. Hi everyone, and thanks for joining our online open event for graphic design and visual communication. Tonight I'm joined by tutors Adam and Alex, and also another Alex as well, and some of our current students, Kelly and Matthew. Katie and Matthew, I apologise. If you have any questions you'd like to ask throughout the event, then please put them in the Q&A box to the right hand side of your screen, and our team will answer them at the end of the session. With that said, I'll hand over to Adam.
Thank you very much. So good evening to everyone. Welcome to our event here. So we are in the Creative Digital department, Creative Media department. So my name is Adam Connell, so I'm the head of department. So what I want to talk to you about very quickly is just the overview of the department, and then we've got some bit of a show reel to show you a bit of what's going on the campus right now, with what's going on, and then I'll pass you to my programme leaders, Alex and Alex, to talk a bit about the courses that we want to talk about tonight. And then we've got some students as well that you can ask some questions to, and if you've got any questions for us at all, you can ask them as well. So with no further ado, so basically what we're offering as a department, what we want you to come and join us doing. So first of all, just on that far side, this is new for 2021. So if you currently want to start in 2021, you've not yet joined any course and you're thinking, oh, is there still time? We're advertising this currently at the moment. Well, we're just getting it advertised at the moment. So it's not currently out there, but it will be there very soon. So we're a foundation fast tracking creative media. So if you've not yet decided what you want to do and you're still available to start a degree in January, that's going to be coming live. So please keep in touch with us and we can get information to you about that course. And obviously the two other courses we want to talk about this evening are our graphic design and advertising. So that's our foundation degree that we have with us, and obviously the creative media and visual communications, which is a level 6 course. So the reason why they're three in the middle, and there are level 4, level 5 courses, and at the end that's our creative media and visual communications course, which is our level 6 top up. So if you were to complete the graphic design course, you'd then be able to progress onto the creative media and visual communications top up. So that's what we've got to offer, and hopefully you'll get to know some about that when we show you the show reel next. So this was actually created by some of our staff, basically talking to all our students across the board, and just giving you a bit of a tour on the campus as well. So this is our field and campus. So I'll let the students take the lead here.
Adam, Matt just need you to reshare with sound again. Won't be a minute, everyone.
So is that Izzy? Can you hear the sound?
I can't hear the sound.
I'll tell you what.
Would you mind resharing it for us, please?
Give it a go. There you go. Okay, we'll take 2. There we go. How's that? There you go.
That was part of the attraction from the beginning for this course, the fact that we are a group of just 10 people. Big enough to be a substantial range of diversity and experience on design and style. Also small enough to, we all fit on our WhatsApp group. My name is Hatka Sangadar. On my first year of graphic design and advertising, designing stuff on InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop. So I'm finding that, yeah, there's quite a lot of practical stuff to do. It's pretty challenging, it's a healthy challenge. Even though I already have some experience with the software, in terms of the balance of theory and skill, we get enough of the principles and the principles behind the structures of the anatomy of the letters or on layout, quite clear principles that then we just go with and play. And so we spend good 30% of the time just on, or maybe more, on solid principles, and then try to put those principles into practice through the design software.
My name is Theo and I'm studying 3D modeling and animation at UCEN in the second year. Two main projects I'm currently in is like a group project making a game, and the other one is practice-based research, like basically just like looking up different methods and techniques of going about 3D modeling and all that and stuff like that. Done a few modules, like you do the most right in the first year, so you do like modeling, and that's like mostly in like 3ds Max. There's also like sculpting, so there's sculpting in ZBrush, texturing as well, so Photoshop, so a bit of Photoshop and some Substance Painter. Our tutors are great, they're really helpful. Whenever I have a question, they're always there to help, like either in class or not. It's easy to reach them as well and all that. I learned how to sculpt models and stuff like that. Working like high poly and like hard surface modeling, and also animation as well. So like that's in 3ds Max and Unreal Engine. But like animation, modeling, texturing, like those kind of skills is what I've learned from this course.
Hi, my name is Julieta, graphics, and the course is creative media and visual communication. Well, I am a mature student, and I just wanted to get confidence back and have this the institution as a window for myself as a professional graphic designer. Obviously, After Effects or applications for motion graphics, or even in design, to get a good percentage of knowledge on that one. Yeah, the support with the tutors is amazing. Well, it's great because I think you can see the whole picture as a professional, and you can see as well how the people work professionally, and how they can deliver the work, and how we respond to that briefs and obviously work.
My name's Matt, creative media and visual communication. I studied at mainstream university, and I didn't like it as much. I had some learning difficulties, and there I was just lost in the system. Here I have lots of one-on-one attention, and I'm not lost in the system. Professional practice is interesting because it's teaching us how to be professionals. It's not just showing us how to take photographs. So we're learning about contracts, terms and conditions, indemnity, insurance, just all the tricks of the trade to be a self-employed professional.
We're starting a degree in times of pandemic and with COVID regulations and restrictions. One of the things I've been grateful for is being able to go to campus at least once a week. And it's incredibly safe. Like, there's hardly anyone in campus. There's one-way systems, and I don't feel at risk studying.
So I'm in 2 days a week, and one day I'm doing work from home. The other day I come into college.
Feel very safe. Yeah. All the rules are stipulated. There's hand sanitizer all over the place. It's very clear and obvious.
Everything is fine because we can communicate the same way. Obviously, we do that over FaceTime or so the brief can be delivered as the same for me. I think it's pretty safe. We all know what to do. If we get together from each other, we use our masks, or if we go to the cafeteria, we use our masks.
So that was just a bit of an insight of what's going on right now on campus. So I'll give you a bit of a tour around and obviously get some students as well speaking to you as well, which is good. So obviously you can't maybe come onto campus yourself, but that gives you a view that our students are on campus, and it's quite nice. So what I want to do now is pass you on to Alex Kay, who's our course lead for graphic design advertising. He can talk you a bit through that. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name's Alex Komolosi. I run the graphic design and advertising course, and I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Seem to be having permissions difficulty. Here we go. Wonderful. So I'm just going to run this video, and that's going to give you a fair example of some work from both the courses, graphic design and advertising, and from the creative media and visual communications course, the top-up course. There's no music, well, there is music on this, but Alex and I will just talk about the courses while this runs, and we'll just keep an eye on the time. So we have a very outward-facing curriculum. There's a lot of industry engagement in our courses, and there's a lot of exposure to live briefs and commercial opportunities. So live briefs feature throughout every unit and at every level. We have keynote speakers, networking events, and industry placement opportunities as well. We're creating commercial communicators, and in order to do that properly, we believe in running a very supportive and personalized experience. So that cultivates a sort of confidence and independence that's required for creatives to work on commercial briefs. We provide an environment where learners sort of explore their creativity, pushing the boundaries and sort of mastering their industry-based skills, which skills is something we put quite a lot of emphasis on, as you can probably see from the work in front of you. It's very important that students are both confident creatively with ideas and with the software as well. So in the first year, you'll be predominantly learning print-based works on the graphic design and advertising course, looking at design fundamentals, typography and layout, and branding and advertising examples of some of the units that you'll be studying. And again, live briefs throughout that. From a software perspective, you'll be looking at InDesign, Illustrator and Photoshop. And then in the second year, it's more of a screen-based focus. We're looking at motion graphics and more contemporary work and prototyping. So, that's for like laptops and iPhones and handheld devices, that sort of stuff. And we have quite a lot of connections with industry, including a digital agency called Kin & Carter that maybe one of our students might mention later. But yeah, they help consult on that side of things and keep us bang up to date. So the software that you would be looking at and learning predominantly, of course, on top of specializing on the first three, would also be XD and After Effects. So we've also got our website and social media, including Instagram and Twitter. That should be in the feed soon. I'll put it there if it isn't. And on there you'll find industry case studies, student work, at abundance of student work, and some of the things that we get up to both in the studio, out of the studio, and on some of the visits that we've done in the past. I'll just hand over to Alex Jackson. I'll just loop that videos and I'll hand over to Alex Jackson because they're working here, also relates to the top-up course.
Hi everybody, thank you for coming. The other course we're talking about today is the Level 6 top-up course, Creative Media and Visual Communication, also known as CMVC. It's a one-year course, so you do your Level 4 and Level 5 at foundation degree, then you've got the option to go on to the Level 6 top-up course. So it goes beyond the FD courses and it covers a number of different disciplines. Historically, we've had students from graphic design, broadcast, film, media, 3D, photography, fashion, jewellery, ceramics, etc., illustration, etc. on the course. So it's a very generic year where it's directed by you as a student and basically what you want to get out of it. It prepares you for the next stage of your journey, whether that be into industry, onto an MA or into freelance work, which Matthew alluded to in the video clip earlier. Basically, it's your year to develop a portfolio that's representative of you and your 3 years of study, so that you can go out into the world more confident and able to compete in the creative industries market. During the third year, you will be assigned a dissertation supervisor and there will be an abundance of opportunities with outward-facing clients and live briefs.
Okay, so we're going to speak to some of our students now.
Hi everyone, my name's Katie and I'm currently doing the graphic design and advertising course. I'll just share my screen now so I can show you some work that I've been doing. This is a Click Studio brief that I was lucky enough to do with the student union last year, where we had to design a logo for a Click Studio institution site last year that the student union are looking to open in the future. I will just show you. So this is the logo that I did. We basically broke it down into brand guidelines. So I broke this down into connecting, alliance and collaboration, because by reading the brief from Click Studio, that's what I gathered from that. And the logo is representing students coming together and really finding a connection with one another and coming together as a community to work together and to help students with their career. And this one is a second unit I did last year with my second tutor called Paolo. Which is visual literacy. This was a brief we were lucky enough to work with the Arden Theatre group. They wanted us to create leaflets and posters promoting the play called And Breathe. And my initial idea with this one was to base it on nature and like what we see as a nature and what we see as an eye to connect, and how we see nature and how we like focus on it together. This one is 10 words where we had to come up with by ourselves and create 10 graphic outcomes. So I did most of these on Adobe Photoshop. I think the aim for this was to make it as visual as possible and really like challenge myself on the software and stuff. and this one is a series of monograms I did of my initials, and we had to pick a student initials and had to do one for our tutors as well, which was a really good way. And these are mock-ups that you do on Photoshop, which is really good for future clients. As Alex mentioned, that we have a great working relationship with Kin & Carter, so that really benefits working this way as well. This one is 10 words, not 10 words, a 3D name that we had to do. I basically decided to just pick out things that I would see in everyday life and what I saw on the day. So the first one I did was a pin board and just used pins and just made out my name. And the second one was tea bags because I love my tea, and I'm sure all of you guys do as well. I mean, there's nothing better than having a brew in the morning, is there? So I think that was the idea behind this, was to represent yourself and represent me in a visual interpretation, which I thought was really, really cool as well. So, yeah.
Thank you, Katie.
No worries.
Thanks very much for that. And Matthew, do you have some work to show us, please? Oh, you're just muted at the moment, Matthew.
Yeah.
That's great. And Matthew's studying on
Okay, I've taken over now. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Hi,
great.
my name's Matthew Phillips. I'm doing the top-up year in creative media and visual communications. I just checked because I've got terrible memory. What I'm going to show you is some of the work I did last year, which was all to do with COVID-19, and I was in quite a fortuitous position that I was actually staying in a hotel. But the hotel was entirely empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of my work, which I have taken within the hotel, depicting that sort of emptiness. So I'll just take over the screen now. How do I do this? Show conversation. How do I take over the screen? Sorry.
Are you struggling with that there, Matt?
Oh yeah,
I'm little share button next to the kind of chat bit at the bottom.
So on the hang up bar where you would hang up the call, if you follow that through to the middle, there should be an arrow and a square that says open share tray.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's it. And then you click desktop, which is on the left hand side.
Desktop,
and that
yeah,
should
screen
give you
one.
Yeah, wonderful.
Completely unprofessional, isn't it? I should know this, but hey ho, we are learning as we go. Can you guys see what's on my screen now?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can see your window. Yeah.
Fantastic. Right. So this I'm going to show you some of the images from my Lodge Inn. Right, let's just open this now. Right, so this was the empty kitchen. As you can see, it's entirely devoid of any synthetic light. It's all natural light coming through. It gives a very eerie sort of appearance, which you're not going to see in a working kitchen. So it's a big juxtaposition compared to what with normal life. There's lots of darkness and light, which just a very eerie depiction, which was very good for depicting what was happening in outside the hotel. This was what I actually put on the front cover. I was actually going to show you the front cover. I was going to show you the whole PDF, but it has eluded me, so I'm going to show you the pictures instead. We have a peg in the center of the image and the reflection of the hotel on the outside. The peg is broken, which shows something is awry, something is amiss. It's just a little bit of sinister. It was on the front. It's one of my favorite ones. Again, we're just playing with light and dark. long, foreboding shadows, no natural light, and you're not going to get this when you're in a hotel, because you're going to have synthetic light, and they're going to act as a softbox. So they're going to soften the shadows. It's not going to look quite this bad. Again, a rogue bowl on the table, lots of shadows. The absence of people is very palpable, is very noticeable. It's one of my favorite ones, this. I don't know who left this rogue bowl, but it made for a great photo. Again, another photo which alludes to what is happening outside without being so, being so obvious. You know, you've got the tissues on the side, just a nod to COVID-19. Yes, sorry I said that it is a buzzword, but hey ho. Again, nice use of shadows, light and dark, just mentalizing the image. Oh, one of my personal favorite ones, really sinister. Again, just more of the same. Really use of, before this one, I was very used to just like going off Photoshop and just whacking up and getting rid of all the shadows. But through my studies, I've just realized it's much more effective what you don't see. So. Empty. Again, this is one we a very geometric picture of a mattress without a sheet on, which is obviously not something you'd see when you're going to a hotel, or at least not a very good hotel. And some of these, you know, you can just I think you can come to your own conclusions. This particular one was inspired by the some of the great American diner photographers. His name is going to completely elude me now. William Eggleston, I think his name is, where he takes very glamorous pictures of diners in the early light, and you get these very elongated shadows, and you get gorgeous light. You know, it's just what seems like an ashtray, probably isn't, because it is 2020, and salt and pepper shaker, just looking resplendent in the sun. I keep on changing my mind. I think this is one of my favorites. Just an empty chair, just compounding a sense of absence. Before I was showing the whole restaurant, but I was told by taking close-up shots of items without people and splitting the whole toilet up was more effective, and I tend to agree. What can I say? It's just a rogue leaf in the middle of the floor. Is there anything you would like me to say? Because some of these photos don't really need.
No, I think that's great. It's nice to see your work, Matthew. I know that that there are a few questions that the hosts want to ask you, and marketing would like to speak to you about. So maybe we can move on to that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to completely bombard you.
No, it's brilliant. It's lovely to see it. Thank you.
Okay, brilliant.
That's really great. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, we have got a few questions that have come in. So, the first one's about live briefs. You know, what is involved in the live briefs that you guys work to? The live briefs is they're very refreshing, especially coming out of our second year. We're given freedom to
to experiment and do what really interests us. So it's very open. With our professional practice, we're working with OpenEye, and all we have to do is we have to come up with an image and put it on the wall. There's nothing more than that. Whether you find that good or disconcerting, I find it amazing, because I haven't been afforded that sort of freedom before. So it's and prior to this, in the year 2, I made a multimedia piece as well. So it's not strictly just photography. I'm afforded a lot of freedom, which is really nice. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. And Katie, from your point of view, what are your thoughts on the fact that you're involved in live briefs from the very start to the very end? How's that work?
I think it's amazing, to be honest, because I think it's important for us to have an experience in industry, especially because it gives you like an insight of like, what do I want to go in and like what I really want to like specialize in. Because currently at the minute, like, I think it's a great way of expressing yourself as well and really getting your opinions out there. The brief we're doing at the minute is with the co-op with Kin and Cart, and we basically have to come up with a theme for a podcast called All Together Now. Is it, Alex, or is it All Together? I've completely forgot the name of it now.
The theme is really up to you.
Yeah, and we have, so that's what's brilliant about it. It's kind of like, it's up to us now, and it's up to us to express ourselves, and I think that's a great way of doing it. So,
and having the opportunity to work on with big name brands, like, or work on campaigns for big name brands like Co-op and things like that. Are there more examples of that you've done as well, or has it been?
Well, in college, I worked with the Manchester Art Gallery, and that was a great experience, I think, at the time, because at college you don't really expect to do live briefs, but at college I did it as well, and I did had to make a product that resembled Manchester, so I did like what was it now? An artist textile piece, which you'd put like pencils and stuff, and I did the history of Manchester and why the Manchester Art Gallery is so significant. So I think that was a great experience, and that kind of gave me an upper hand doing this live brief kind of. I've already experienced it, so I think just take opportunities like that, because it honestly does help massively, and it gives you so much more confidence as well. So
yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, the next question we've got is how have the tutors impacted your experience and helped you along the way?
Oh, massively. I'd say because the class is full of just, I think there's 7 of us or 6 of us in total in our graphics year in second year. I think because the class is more smaller, it gives you more time with the tutor, which I like as well. And I think what's amazing as well is the one-to-one support we get as well, because we get that quite frequently. So you have an update for the morning, and then you have a one-to-one at whatever time you want, and discuss whatever you want and progress your ideas with them. And I think that's a great way, and they really do like break it down as well, and really are willing to help as well, which is really, really, really good as well.
Great. And Matthew, we saw you in the video earlier on talking about some of the support that you've had on the course. Do you want to talk a little bit about
that? Yeah. So it's having smaller class sizes is invaluable. You've got people who really know what they're talking about. Most of the people, if not all of them, have got like a really good foundation of experience in what they're teaching. So it's not just their academics, and they have hands-on experience. You might have seen in the video before, I've got some learning difficulties. I'm not going to say all of them, but I've got a few. And just having some one-on-one attention and being talked to instead of talked at, it really helps me. because I had 1 year away in a larger university, which I will not name, and I was completely drowned. And then compared to this, I feel helped and supported, and I feel like my success. I feel like people want to help me. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Really good to hear how that, you know, the personal side of things has helped you sort of along your journey, I suppose. So looking forward, the next question we've had actually is why did you choose to study at UCEN Manchester, and what is it you most enjoy about studying at UCEN Manchester?
Oh, good question. I'd say just being around, I would say the peers around you, like doing a course with people that have the same interests as you. I think that's a big advantage, because I think sometimes people have this, like, they're scared or nervous at starting uni, but I was the complete opposite, because when I started, I kind of had the mindset of, there is people in this course that have the same interests as me. And I think because Manchester's such a big city now, and I think that what really like encapsulated me to this course was the, like, obviously the staff, and also the number of students and stuff. So I think being around peers that have the same interests as you is just a big advantage, and it just works, and it's a great working environment, I'd say, as well.
Great. And Matthew, same question to you. I guess you've mentioned a bit of it there. I suppose you mentioned you've been to another university before. Obviously, the benefits of coming to UCEN Manchester compared to that. Is there anything else that stands out to you?
So since coming back, I actually see how I can be a photographer. Previous to that, I was so bogged down with academia. It was like I was learning how to be an academic rather than how to be a photographer. So it's nice to see avenues to success and see, you know, we've got some people out there doing it. We recently got a really good photographer called Seba Curtis, and he's out there in galleries. I mean, he was recently had a exhibition in Venice, and he's on his stories, and I'm seeing all these stories on Instagram of him in Venice, and that's quite aspirational, something to aim towards. And then you've got we're working with OpenEye, and the curator in OpenEye, and previously she's worked in Foam, which is like arguably the biggest art gallery in the world. So to have someone like her, and for her to come and to be able to pick her brain is invaluable. So
great, fantastic. And Matthew, again, last question we've actually received, I think. What are you looking to pursue once you finish your degree? Looking forward, what's your ambitions, and where do you want to go in with your degree?
So I want to be like a content creator, to be honest. Having the chance to actually make a multimedia piece, it actually really chimed well with me. And again, that just speaks of some of the flexibility you have going to Field & Park. It has allowed me to see that I really have this affinity with film and moving image. It really appeals to my ADHD. So I'd probably do both. I'd want to be a content creator, but ultimately I'd like to make short films and promotional films for businesses.
Well, yeah, fantastic. Lovely. And Katie, the same question to you. What's your ambition for your future career once you've completed your degree?
I'd say, I think at the minute probably fashion. I'd say fashion design probably is something that I'm really interested in at the minute, because I'm doing one project that's related to that at the minute, and I think it's such an interesting industry, and how like brands make the clothes, and how campaigns are worked, and how the marketing works. I think that might be something I'd would love to look into in the future, for sure.
Brilliant. Fantastic. I think that's it from everyone this evening, unless anyone else would like to, got anything else they'd like to mention? No? Great. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Katie and Matthew, for your input as well from a student's point of view. That's really helpful. And thank you everyone for joining us this evening. We do have further events coming up this week, including a Future You student support drop-in or drop-in sessions running until Thursday. So please visit our website, ucen.ac.uk/open online open days to register for any more sessions that we've got coming up. If you'd like to apply for UCEN to UCEN Manchester for 2021, then please visit our website ucenmanchester.ac.uk to find your future course and then hit apply now. You can also find us on UCAS by searching UCEN Manchester. We do still have some places available for this year, so you can still enrol. However, you will need to submit your application by Friday, 23rd of October, which is obviously this Friday. So please call our admissions team between 8 AM and 4 PM on 0161 674 7777 to find out how. And all this information should be in the chat box now for you to find as well as the links that Alex shared earlier about the graphic design and advertising website as well. So thank you all for joining us this evening. We hope you have a lovely evening, and we'll see you soon, hopefully. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.